The city of Plattsburgh is getting ready for its biggest event of the year, the 27th annual Battle of Plattsburgh Commemoration, happening this year from September 11th to the 14th. The fourth graders who won the poster contest were recognized at City Hall a few weeks ago. The designs are put on the official button and t-shirts. Along with the traditional ceremonies at Riverside Cemetery, Fort Brown, and on Crab Island, there will be a parade on Saturday the 13th.
Our parade's theme this year is 25 years of the Battle of Plattsburgh Parade. So we've invited people to create floats based on that theme. I just found out this morning that Norwich University marching band and their drill team is going to be here to be in the parade.
The U.S. Army Band from Fort Drum will also perform, as will Bear Tracks at the Friday night concert that will be followed by fireworks. Some fourth graders from Morrisonville Elementary got a taste of what life was like back in 1814. Battle of Plattsburgh volunteers set up exhibits at the Clinton County Fairgrounds to show kids what life was like, from a one-room schoolhouse to some of the games kids would have played in those days, to what it was like to train to be a soldier. The idea is to get kids interested in local history.
This is their heritage. They grow up here, and what our goal is not to only tell them about the importance of the Battle of Plattsburgh, but also to let them experience what life might have been like for their kids back in that era.
And Tom Donahue joins us now, along with Brooke, Dubuque, and Nicole Martino. You are volunteers with the nonprofit group that for the past several years has organized and hosted the Battle of Plattsburgh Commemoration and everything that goes with it. And Tom, you mentioned some of the highlights for this year. The Norwich University marching band and drill team are coming back once again, along with the U.S. Army's 10th Mountain Division Band.
Yeah, so we'll have quite a parade with the bands in it this year. That'll be great, yeah.
And for the first time, you have a number of speakers that are going to be giving history talks.
Yes, we have 4 different speakers on different topics. And uniquely this year, they're going to be held in Trinity Church. And for the first time this year, we're starting on Thursday evening to give people a chance at work all the time and never get to do the weekend history talks. Now, after work on Thursday night, they can come down to Trinity Church and listen to the history talks.
So speakers, authors talking about a lot of the history of the Battle of Plattsburgh.
Right. One of the speakers is talking about Chesapeake Bay and how it led up to what happened here in Plattsburgh. So very interesting topics, so we hope people come and enjoy.
Brooke and Nicole, you are both volunteers getting the word out about this year's Battle of Plattsburgh Commemoration and all that it includes. Brooke, you're in charge of a new website this year.
Yeah, so we did start fresh this year with a whole new website thanks to Grow Trends. So we're trying to have this fresh look, and I think it looks great.
So it not only lists all the events for this year's commemoration, but it has other attractions as well for folks to check out.
Bunch of photo galleries everywhere. Every form that you would need, you can go there to sign up for the parade, to be in the parade. We have the registration form right there, really easy to find. We have our poster contest winner is going to be on there, and we actually this year partnered with the Plattsburgh Arts Coalition to host an adults only poster contest that was open to the whole public, because the poster contest that wins the button is exclusively for students in local schools. So we wanted to open it up a little more and celebrate some more artists in Plattsburgh. So we're going to have that on the website. People can check that out.
And battleofplattsburgh.com is
that's
the new
it.
web address. Mm-hmm. And Nicole, you oversee Facebook, Instagram, and some of the other social media platforms as well. So beyond the website, you're reaching out to folks on social media.
Yes, I am. So if you want to be up to date on, what we have going on that weekend, we do have updates on, what's going on throughout the Battle of Plattsburgh Commemoration. You'd actually be surprised how many local businesses want to be involved with the commemoration, and I think that it shows how great of a community we have here, and how special the Battle of Plattsburgh is to the community as well.
And both of you, Brooke and Nicole, you both have joined as volunteers within just the past few years. Mm-hmm. You're looking for more volunteers as well, that you're trying to get more folks interested?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it takes a lot of effort, as you know, the volunteers, we don't get paid for it. It's something that we just do just because we enjoy being a part of it. Everything that you see, we have someone who's in charge of organizing that, and it does take a lot of effort to pull all of that together.
And like both of you, you're hoping maybe that younger folks will get involved and become volunteers.
There's a lot of good perks for young professionals in the area. Maybe someone who wants to grow their skill set a little bit more. It's stuff you can put on your resume. You can come in and be on the board. We're an established nonprofit, and things like working as part of a team. You can have a leadership role if that's something. We're looking for. I don't know if we found one. We were looking for an understudy to run the parade. I mean, these are real leadership management roles that someone can step into and build their skill set, professional skill set, and at the same time support their community and have a really good time. And we need, we're pulling it off, but it's, many hands make light work. And if you want to come through and showcase something that you're good at, certainly this group will let you shine.
More people, younger people, this is the younger generation. There's another younger generation under them. And we try to make the point that what we're celebrating is not just a festival on a weekend, it's the history of the area. And it's our history. The young people need to know that you're a part of this because it happened right here where you live, and you should try to be involved in that history and share it with the next generation.
And Nicole and Brooke, how did you get involved, and what do you enjoy about volunteering?
So I remember I went to Peru High School, and every year I was in marching band, we would march in the parade every year. And so that was where it started for me, was that amazing memory. And I remember one year the Navy band actually came in and marched in with us, and we got to play alongside the Navy band. And for middle schoolers, that was a pretty cool thing for us. So, that was fun. And then so when I got older, I said, I want to make sure that this keeps going because it was so important for me and so much fun. And then in 2018 or 2019, I made it a point. I said I'm going to go to every single Battle of Plattsburgh event, and I did, and I had an amazing time. I mean, I tried to go to every single ceremony, every concert. I went to every reenactment, and I had an amazing time. And of course, then 2020 happened. We took a break, but so getting back involved this year, it's been amazing, even better than I thought it would be.
And Nicole, for you came to Plattsburgh State, and did you get interested while you were here?
Yeah, so when I first came here for school, I saw the commemoration, and I was curious. One year I went, and it was just such an amazing thing. You learn about the Battle of Plattsburgh. I recall learning about it in school, and Lake Champlain, and then just seeing it all come to life really just brought so much more meaning to it. And then knowing that I was instrumental in helping it happen was just really special for me.
And Tom, of course, you've been saying for a number of years now that you really need this. You need a new generation of volunteers to keep this organization going.
It is, and just hearing what they're saying kind of says we must be doing something right because they're interested, and hopefully there's many more out there that we can bring into the fold. It's a lot of work for some of the older people, and all of a sudden a couple of years ago Brooke says, hey, don't worry about it, got it covered. He has the basketball team from Plattsburgh comes out and helps us do it, so she has great contacts, and that's what we need.
So this year there's the parade. Reenactors are setting up an encampment and giving demonstrations at the Kent Lore House Museum on Cumberland Avenue. Visitors will once again get to interact with reenactors. In the past years, there have been battle reenactments, but that's not actually happening this year. And over the past few years, it's been a little challenging at times to get reenactors. You've had COVID, and then they had maybe a little trouble getting across the border in some cases.
They had the law that New York passed that wasn't stipulated to not include historical reenactments. So one year we didn't have reenactors for that. And then there's this year, there's two things. We have some reenactors that are going to come. It won't be an actual battle reenactment, but they'll be available over at the Kent Lore House for doing demonstrations. But part of it is the tariff issue between the United States and Canada, and some are just refusing to attend, not that they don't want to, but just to support their country, and I understand that. But also we have America 250 coming up next year, and many reenactors do more than one thing, not just Battle of 1814, but the Revolutionary War, and many of them are in different events this year leading up to next year's 250th celebration. So they're hard to find. They don't, not that they don't want to do this, but there's a priority going on right now. So We just need people to know that there won't be any actual battle reenactment, although there'll be reenactors around, and you can go visit the Kent Lord House and see some of the demonstrations from the 1814 period. Also this year, because of the construction going on at the City Hall, we had to move the children's games over to the Kent Lord House. And in some ways it might even be beneficial because they have more room for the kids to run around and play with the different toys from the 1814 periods.
And as you mentioned at the press conference, at least one band from Canada, some bagpipers that have been coming for many years, won't be coming this year, given the political climate right now between the U.S. and Canada. The Quigley Highlanders,
Correct. Yes.
pipes and drums out of Ontario.
Ontario, yeah. And they've been coming for years, and they actually called our Vicky, who runs the parade, to tell her personally that it isn't about we don't want to come. We love you guys. We love the Battle of Plattsburgh. We've been there for many years, but this is our only way of supporting our country. And our band decided that we're not going to come this year, just to prove a point. And hopefully things will be resolved next year, and everybody will be back again.
And there are plans for a big celebration of the McDonough Monument in downtown Plattsburgh. That's coming up next year.
Next year.
You're already looking ahead to that.
As part of the 250th celebration, we're one of the groups that are part of the 250 committee here in the county, and they wanted to know what is your participation going to be for 250? And it just turns out that next year the McDonough Monument will be 100 years old. So we're planning on a rededication of the monument. And we'll talk about it this year to get people interested for next year. So that'll be our contribution to America 250.
You'll still have the challenge this year.
Challenge will be there.
151
that's right.
steps, and if
156.
156. 156 steps. If you make it, you get recognized. You get a pin, right?
You get a pin. You get recognition on our website. You get your name put into a drawing for a gift certificate, and you get to brag about being one of the ones that made it up and made it down. And that interesting fact is that the McDonough Monument is only open to the public during our event, one time a year. So if you haven't gone up there, you're willing to take the 156 steps up and down, then come on down and let's do it.
It is an amazing view.
Oh, it is, yeah. And it's something that it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing to do.
Most of the events are free, but you do have the buttons, and you do take donations, and you seek sponsorships because, again, it costs money to put this 4-day festival on.
A lot of people are confused about the Battle of Plattsburgh being a city event. It's held in the city of Plattsburgh, but it's an event put on by 1814 Commemoration. The city is our host and lets us do our presentation in the city grounds. But it's our organization that's a nonprofit that has to generate the funds to put this on every year. So we really appreciate donations, sponsorships, anybody that wants to get involved. Go to our new website, 1814 Commemoration Inc. is now battleplattsburgh.com.
And Tom, as we saw just a few moments ago, many of the volunteers also gather in June at the Clinton County Fairgrounds, where you invite school kids to come and see what life was like back during the 1800s, the early 1800s, to get experience in a one-room schoolhouse, woodworking, blacksmith shops, what fun and games would be like back in that era, in the early 1800s. And they get to see what it was like to be a soldier. Thanks to Craig Russell, they get to actually...
little mini soldiers, that's great. Yeah.
And the kids from a couple of weeks ago in the video we saw were fourth graders from Morrisonville Elementary, but you're looking to expand it out to other schools.
We're hoping in the future, part of our concept is it's not just about a festival in the fall, but we'd like to have an educational aspect to what the Battle of Plattsburgh 1814 commemoration does. You know, American history now is only taught in the fourth grade. So we're targeting the fourth graders to kind of teach them about local history. We're also inviting the teachers to plan a field trip to the fairgrounds where we can give them a taste of what the weekend is about. We have like you were just saying, 6 different exhibits that they can participate in to learn about what life was like, and follow up by coming to the Battle of Plattsburgh weekend and experience the whole event.
And again, a full lineup of events at the new website, battleofplattsburgh.com.
That's it.
Tom, Brooke, Nicole, thank you all for taking the time to be with us.
It's been great.
We appreciate
Thanks.
it.
Thank you.